Well, good morning. Day two of my little gastroenteritis. So I haven't eaten anything in 42 hours, almost 43 hours. And at 2 o'clock this afternoon, it's about 5 hours from now, it'll be 48 hours not having eaten anything. And most people are pretty lethargic and pretty much dead by now if they're not eating. Well, I'm going to start calling it the rat B diet because it's probably good for rats, but not for human beings. That would be your rice, your applesauce, your toast, and then your banana, which are essentially sugar, 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 sugar. So that's probably not the best thing in the world to eat when your gut's already in trouble. You're already fighting an infection of some kind, or you wouldn't be, nauseous and all that kind of stuff. Although I didn't have a fever, so I don't know what's going on, but everything looks good. I know what symptoms to look for certain organ maladies, if anything. So it's a bug. In fact, it wasn't a week ago Tuesday that one of my students, or was it Friday? I'm trying to think. No, Tuesday. And one of my students didn't come, and apparently he said she ate in the street and got something. Well, chances are good it didn't happen in the street, but it's just something that goes around. And I wound up getting it. I don't know. But the idea, too, is that I've been in autophagy for well over 24 hours. I normally hit autophagy around 12 to 18 hours because I'm fat adapted and I fast so much. So my body's now going out looking for critters to munch on. It has to because it just won't have enough energy otherwise. And something came up the other day. I saw a meme from a friend, a good friend, and she's like, she writes, yeah, that time when you tell people, yeah, I have to lose weight, and they say, well, let's go to the gym. And then underneath the meme says, not my day or something. I don't know, something snarky, but essentially, no, I don't feel like exercising. And that's true. If you want to lose weight, exercise. Can it work in the short term? Absolutely. But is it a long-term weight loss solution? Like, I'm going to work out half an hour at the gym and now I can eat everything I want? No, sorry guys, it doesn't work that way. The human body won't do that. If running down your prey, all right, let's just cut back a couple hundred years if you want. We didn't have fridges, we didn't have pantries, we didn't have, cupboards to put all these delicious shelf-stable for a year or more foods, if you want to call them foods. I call them products, man, drugs, pretty much, because there's no nutrition in them. If there is nutrition, they were fortified, created in the same lab that created the food. Okay, you had to run down your prey or fish for it if you were going to eat that day. And it would be ridiculous for the body to spend so much energy doing exercise, okay? I mean, literally, hanging out with a team of other hominids, bringing down a rather large chunk of fat and meat, right? Bringing down a large chunk of prey. If exercise were so calorie exhaustive, we'd never make it. See, the thing is that the muscles and things work on burning some of their glycogen, but they don't tap into your fat stores until essentially afterward. And that's the idea there, that that's when you eat and then you replenish any muscles that you broke down, and now you can tap into your fat stores to go ahead and get the energy. Of course, the fat stores are always usable. I mean, the body will use those even during your peak exercise periods, this running down of prey. So as a weight loss strategy, eating fewer calories and doing more exercise, we just see study after study, it's just not working. And I think you proved it to yourself. Come on, how many times have you tried it? And how many times do you wind up going, this is too hard, I'm hungry, I don't feel right? this is actual work. It's like, why is life supposed to be so much work? I understand the whole Adam and Eve shebang, right? Yeah, you're supposed to toil and break your knuckles in the ground and all that. I get it. But at the same time, I've lost 41 kilos or more now. I went down, I think I'm 86 or something. Some of that might be a little bit of dehydration, although I drank more than 2 liters of water yesterday. And with my lime, and with my salt, and some apple cider vinegar. Yay me. Never had the headache, like I said, didn't have a fever. I'm not feeling run down. I'm not feeling very hungry right now, but of course this is normal. I'm going to see if I can drink a cup of coffee. If I can get that down without feeling like queasy or my stomach hurting, maybe I'll try to eat some food at 2 o'clock. If not, I'll see if I can eat maybe a couple eggs at 7 or something, just to see how my guts are doing. I did have a little bit of vapor, so I know I'm kind of past the hump. You're over the hump when you go, and you go like, oh, I don't have to clean anything. Yay. Sorry to get gross, but hey, we all do it, right? It's like breathing. Just think of it as breathing. Oh, unless it's bad breath. All right, so anyway, that whole paradigm, and essentially what most people do, they do the DASH diet. They eat several small meals every day, and we know it doesn't work because it doesn't let your insulin fall, and if insulin doesn't fall, you can't get to your fat stores. Look it up yourself. I'm tired of squawking about it, but for folks who see this video, not my other ones, maybe this is a video you needed to hear. And then according to this algorithm or whatever the heck it is with YouTube, I'm buried way down there. I can't even find my channel. So I'm gonna have to come up with probably a unique channel and see if I can just find it whenever, wherever. So that's how things are going today. So I'm still going to go out and compare my limes compared to people's apples and bananas. I already know limes are superior to bananas. I've already done that. I've probably even put a video out on it, but I'll certainly do that. I'm going to compare the quote BRAT diet to the diet that I did in order to cure myself. When you're sick, your enteritis. Itis means inflamed. So my whole gastric tract was inflamed, obviously. And the best thing to do is just not give it work to do and let it kind of heal up. And I'm so happy I found fasting because you can fast your way through that. And I'm sure the time, if it's not less, at least it's definitely not as damaging to the gut lining. Okay? So again, with this autophagy, I think I'll bounce back. So I have about six hours or so till I even need to consider eating. I'm going to make like an Italian meatloaf for the family. Of course, it's going to be just about 0 carb. I mean, the only carbs are going to come in the form of tomatoes, the onion and the garlic that I'm using to make the tomato sauce. The beef is 0 carb. The chicharrones that I use instead of breadcrumbs are 0 carb. The egg, I think 0.3 carbs per egg, 0. And then the spices and things. And you bake that all down to death and cover it with a little bit of cheese, which may have a carb here or there. But I think a whole serving of that thing, including the tomatoes, my gosh, I could eat half of it if I were hungry. That would be a whole pound of the meatloaf with tomato sauce and cheese on it. That might give me 3 or 4 carbs because of the tomatoes. And but the nutrient density of the rest of the meal. Oh, and I'm always able to incorporate butter into the beef. What you do is you take your egg and you heat up butter and you actually incorporate butter into the egg, right? And it becomes essentially a very loose mayonnaise, obviously a very egg-heavy mayonnaise, so to speak. But see, it's butter this time and not seed oils, right? So I can add even 3-4 tablespoons of butter to that 2 pounds of meat. And really fortify it with some good fat. So anyway, all these little tricks I've learned in cookery over the last 25 years now have really come to help me out in this area. All right, guys, so we'll chat with you on the next one. Talk soon. Bye.